doing the right thing and being kind to others for absolutely no reason other than being kind that makes us feel really good about ourselves. Yet we still so rarely do it. It doesn't have to be something huge. It will take a lot of money and time, but it can be something as simple as holding the door for someone who is maybe a little bit more behind you than you would normally hold the door for. I have found that if you're holding the door for maybe a couple of extra seconds than somebody expects you to, they're even more appreciative of it. And they're like, oh, wow, thank you. Compliment somebody on their shoes or their handbag or their haircut, anything. It's just nice. It's nice for the person who's getting the compliment. It's nice for the person who's giving the compliment. One of the radio stations I worked for a long time ago, we were linked with a charity that helped families with children that had cancer. It's still in operation. It's called Ocean of Love. And, if you are looking for a charity, this is a great one. Now, this is what they do. They do things like providing gas and lodging to parents who need to travel back and forth to the hospital. They help with utility bills and grocery bills, since one parent normally must give up their job to take care of their child. It's a great organization, and I was proud to be a small part of it. I still donate from time to time. Now, the biggest fundraiser every year, and they still do this every year with a different radio station, but at the time, the one I worked at, myself and my co-host in the morning lived on a billboard until we raised $98,000. And I ended up being on the billboard for 6 nights and 7 days. It was, no doubt, the longest week of my life. It really was. But the feeling I had when we were finally able to come down and go home was complete euphoria. I spelled that wrong in my blog. I said euphonious. I don't even know what that means, euphonious. I was trying to go for it, euphorious. Is that not a word then, euphorious? I was euphorious. Euphorious! So I did something great, and it really helped so many people. Now, I remember my boss at the time told me this was more than likely my ticket to heaven, and I would be good from that point on. He's like, this is your ticket into heaven. You don't even have to worry about doing anything good again. I'm not saying that you have to do something like this. This was huge, obviously. It was part of my, it wasn't, it was part of my job, but it wasn't part of my job. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't have forced me to do something like that. I wanted to do it. But it always strikes me how great I felt having such a big part in helping so many people. Yet I still don't really donate any of my time to charity. So I donate money from time to time to certain charities, including this one, but I'm talking about more than this. I joke with my husband, but I'm kind of serious at the same time. I consider part of my charity to this world is how I overtip my server or bartender. This, I feel, is a form of charity because I was a server for many years. I bartended as well. I know how much a great tip can make your day, and I'm happy to be the person to do that. I want to spread that kind of joy because I identify with it. I know what it's like, and I'm happy to do it if they deserve it. Not like the bartender from the other day who I told you were to. Anything else? Oh, sorry, am I bothering you by asking you to do your job? No, I'm not going to overtip you. So, but there are all kinds of studies saying that generous people are happier people. Have you ever been part of a pay it forward loop at a coffee drive-thru? When the person in front of you pays for your drink? Now, that's never happened to me. I don't go through many coffee drive-thrus, honestly, but I've seen friends talk about it on Facebook. It is nice to be able to do something for someone that can't pay you back. When I lived in my condo, we had a neighbor downstairs who was physically challenged, and there were a couple of times I cleaned off her car when it snowed. I don't think she even ever realized I did it because she had a family member that would come and do it regularly, like whenever it snowed, and she probably just thought it was done by them. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to do something nice, and I did. I didn't need to be rewarded for it or, have them thank me for it or acknowledged for it. So offer to help an older person with their groceries when loading up their car. Have a ton of leftovers one night, offer some to your neighbors. My neighbors often tell me when they're running to the grocery store that they're going and ask if I need anything. That's really nice. Remember the first time that happened, I'm like, oh, no, I don't need anything, but thank you. Speaking of neighbors, we have lived in our house for 3 years now, going on 4. Love our neighbors. Love our neighbors. We started having an annual neighbor barbecue the first summer we were here, and it gets bigger every year. Everyone brings a side dish and usually a bottle of wine while we provide the main course. It gets us all together, and we usually have a really good time. It's just something nice to do. Everyone seems to appreciate it. It gives us a little bit of time together. It's fun. Now, these are just a couple of things you can do to spread a little more kindness in the world. Wouldn't it be nice if everyone could do just a little extra to make a difference in someone's life? This is what we are working toward. Let us be the examples. Let us be the bigger people again. Gonna make you feel good. It will. I trust me, it will, for sure. So it is hump day. We are halfway to the weekend, people. So please, if you can, and I know you can, make sure to spread a little kindness today and make it your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.